What's up, you guys? It's Rally Time Sports back with another Angel stream now. Before I get into the stream, I'd just like to say that I apologize for the lack of streams regarding the Padres series and the Rangers series, as well as the 49ers game last week against the Jets. I know that a lot has happened within the past few weeks, but I've been feeling pretty down about a lot of stuff, and it was hard for me to make videos. So this is the first video of me coming back on the channel, and hopefully I'll remain more consistent in the future. And yeah, now this isn't your typical post-series stream that I do mainly. This stream is different. This is the today, in fact, well, as I'm recording this, it's 12:25 Saturday. So technically yesterday, a few hours ago, the Angels lost to the Dodgers and were eliminated from the playoffs. And this was supposed to be an easy win. The Dodgers were not going to play at their hardest level due to the fact that they clinched the postseason. They did not need to win today. And yet the Angels pitching blew the game as normal. The offense tried their best, and we lost. This is our 5th consecutive losing season and our 6th consecutive season missing the playoffs. This is absolutely unacceptable, honestly, from the Angels. And I have a lot to say about this. Now, we're all bummed out. We're all pissed off about this. Now, this stream is also a little different. I've actually decided to bring on 2 of my friends to the stream. You may or may not know them. My first friend is Ruben Ayala. He is known as the Riverside Halo on Instagram. One of the most knowledgeable people I know about Angels baseball. Not just on Instagram, but as like a person, really knowledgeable about Angels baseball. And so, yeah, without a doubt, let's welcome in. What's up, Ruben? How's it going?
So, I'm kind of bummed out that
I know you are.
we don't have postseason baseball.
6 years, man.
Yeah.
Our second guest right here that I have is my friend Eddie, known on Twitter as Halo Easy, another really chill Angels fan that I know, one of the chillest Angels fans that I know, and, another guy that's also pretty knowledgeable about the team. And I really like to hear what he has to say about the team as well. So what's up, Eddie? How's it going?
Good on yourself, man. How's it going for you?
Man, I'm feeling beat down because of this Angels team, not going to lie.
I mean, shit, you can't
We
say
all
it.
are. We all are.
Yeah.
All right, so 6 losing seasons in a row. 5th consecutive losing season. Not 6 losing seasons, my bad. 6 seasons of missing the playoffs in a row. I'm pissed off. I mean, it gets to the point where you see the problems in the team. We've been saying it. We've been known about these problems. No bullpen, no pitching. There's a lack of pitching within the team. We don't have the proper pitching to help the offense. We're stuck with these bloated contracts of players like Albert Pujols, Justin Upton, etc. But we keep continuing the same exact system. We ignore pitching. We always pick up. We dumpster dive for pitching, as what you said once. I remember Ruben. It was on Twitter or Instagram, but he called it dumpster diving, especially for pitching. We do that all the time, and it's really annoying, especially it's the problem that's been bothering this team. It's the things that we needed to address, but we haven't fixed it. We still continue on approaching offense. Now, don't get me wrong. I loved the signing of Anthony Rendon. I love the signing of Mike Trout. But time comes where you have to do the right thing. You have to do the thing that's right for this team, and this team just hasn't done it yet. They're not getting pitching. And 6 seasons in a row now, no pitching, no playoffs, no winning record. What are you guys' thoughts?
Start off, Ruben.
What was that?
Oh no, I tell Ruben to start off first if you wanted to. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I'm just moving my camera. I don't know how much more I can take. It's been the same thing for 5 years, 6 years. I think it's time for either Art to figure out that he's just not fit for this team, to own this team, or to get rid of Billy Epler, which I don't rat on Billy Epler as much as a lot of people, do, but I don't think he has complete control of his job as he would like. So I think it's time for somebody else to have that role and to finally get the Angels back to the playoffs.
I think Ruben said it all. I mean, this team is just you look at from 2015 to now. I mean, the problem has been pitching, 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 pitching. We don't go for guys that we know can help this team get to the playoffs. And it's just like, why are we signing guys, you know, players that we don't need? Like for me personally, I think when we signed Albert Pujols, I was like, a little hyped. But now looking at him, just like we signed them for that much instead of going for pitching, and it's like Art wants he likes more of the home runs more than the strikeouts, and it's just like, when are you gonna realize that pitching is the main problem of this team? Because it's just like, like you know, I don't know, it's just so bad. It's just like, what can you do?
I mean, I agree. I mean, not gonna lie, a lot of a little personal thing, but Albert Pujols is the reason why I became an Angels fan. But still, like, I agree, that contract absolutely sucks. We've been needing pitching for such a long time. Pitching gets us to October, and then October, that's where the bats come in. You know what I'm saying? Like, baseball is not a team sport. We have the literal best player in baseball right now, all right? Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds gone. We have Mike Trout. And it's so disappointing. Like, I can't even – like, it's so disappointing. You go right now to an NFL fan and you say, yo, Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the league. And he'll say, okay, why? What happens? He's been in this league for 9 years, and he hasn't won a single playoff game. You understand how crazy that sounds. You go to someone and say LeBron James, best player in the league. They'll say, okay, why? What's up? He's never won a playoff game in his career, like in his 9 years of career. But Mike Trout's stuck in this horrible situation. He's stuck in this weird front office style where, like, we're not going to invest in a good farm system. We're not going to invest in what we need. We're just going to sign big-name free agents and somehow hope that that's going to carry us to the postseason. It's not how baseball works. You need a farm system. You need to address actual problems. With stars don't win big games in baseball. What wins is a good team. And that's what we've been lacking for 6 years.
I definitely agree, and that's the problem with Dabrowski. I think when we bring in Dabrowski from the Red Sox, you see what he's done with the farm system. He's not really gonna care about the farm system. The farm system is gonna still be shit, and then he'll like basically help us win. He's gonna build around Mike Trout. We got Anthony Rendon. We got Shohei Ohtani, Justin Upton. If he can stay hot next season, that would be very good. You could switch him out with Taylor Ward. That would be very huge. And then it's just, if we can get pitching and we can get free agencies from Stroh, we get Bauer.
Yeah.
And we get what's his name again from the Phillies? JT Realmuto, and try to sign La Stella back. I think we would be a really good team. I definitely agree with that, man. I think we will be a really, really good team. Scary team.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. I look forward to the off season every year, but every year it's the same thing. We can't secure one big guy, and then we just go for a bat, which the offense has never been the problem. It's just been the starting pitching or the bullpen, which this year it's pretty much been the bullpen with 13 blown saves, which if we didn't blow 13 games, we'd probably already have a playoff spot.
Definitely. We would have been a playoff team. I mean, like I said, these starters put in quality starts this season. That was a surprise, which this is question that I'll get into later, any surprises, any different things. But this starting pitching was a surprise. I'm not going to lie. Okay, fine. They've had bad starts. You know, Tehran was an absolute horrible starter, surprisingly. I thought he was going to be the best starter in the team. You know, myself, like I thought he was going to be like probably a top 3 starter on our team. Granted, there's only 5 or 6 people. But regardless, I thought he was going to be the best. He ended up being the worst starter. He was worse than Baraya. Like, you know, Tehran was horrible. Bundy exceeded expectations. A dude that came from the Orioles. We knew that put him in a right defense, put him in a good defense, an infield like the Angels, you know, with Rendon, Simba, Fletcher, Pools, etc. You know, that infield, or with a good outfield like we had with Mike Trout, and you know those guys. He was going to thrive, and that's exactly what he did. He thrived. He had amazing starts. Now, of course, he had some bad starts too, like against the Giants and against the Diamondbacks. He had some weird starts, but overall, great. Bundy was great as an Angel.
Yes.
Yeah. Heaney had some bad starts too. But he also had some amazing starts. I remember the one start against the game we traded La Stella in. I forgot who we played, but he had an
Did we play the Giants? Did we play the Giants that game?
I think
Did we?
I think it was after the Giants, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the game after he got the.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the game after
Game
he got
after
the
the
walk-off.
walk-off.
Yeah, it was the game after the walk-off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one game. The game I'm thinking about though was the game that happened. It was in. I think it was early this month or last month. Not early last month. Early this month, where we traded La Stella to the Oakland A's, and that was the game where Heaney pitched a gem, and it was against the Astros. There we go. It was against the Astros.
The Astros.
Yes,
Okay,
the
okay.
game that sort of shifted the tides and got us that playoff hope, which fortunately never happened.
Yeah.
But yes, Heaney had some good starts. The starting pitching was not horrible this season. That was surprising. We did not think the starting pitching was going to be this good. The most hyped starter we had, Ohtani, didn't do great, but Bundy did amazing. Heaney did okay. Our starting pitchers didn't do bad. It was the bullpen. I mean, Robles fell off.
Fell off the earth.
Middleton fell off. Who else do I name? I honestly just my brain let go of these dudes. But
Buttrey was what can I say about Buttrey? Buttrey was.
I think they just tired his arm out last year. They used him pretty much every game last year. And his velocity was still there, but he just wasn't missing bats.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Buttrey was overused, and another thing was that Joe Madden was just not using the bullpen properly this season. You saw this in today's game as well. The bullpen was just not being used. I don't know, there's so many problems. I mean, we had Pena coming off the bullpen, and I like Pena as a reliever. I saw him as a starter, in person, funny enough, but I like him as a reliever. Pena off the pen, amazing. Myers was really good this season. Buttrey was all right. I can't say he was great, but he was all right.
He was on and off.
He was on and off.
Bipolar. He was bipolar, very bipolar.
Some games he would be lights out, and then some games he couldn't even miss a bat or couldn't even throw a strike.
Yeah. Hobie Milner. I honestly I can't really say how he did. Obviously, it didn't really get worse.
He got off to a horrible start, though.
Yeah,
with the walk-off. That's what downed him.
Aside from that, he didn't do absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
I can't say he was
back
garbage.
From that, for sure.
But overall, the starting pitching wasn't bad. Offense kind of lived up to expectations, as you would expect. Definitely things that I predicted, David Fletcher being good with the contact was amazing. Mike Trout was a little weak within the first few games. He was striking out a lot, but that's obviously because he became a dad. And after he became a dad, he was a completely different player.
Got that dad strength.
Dad strength is real. It's real and it's present. Rendon. Rendon was struggling, and I honestly was freaking out too. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
did
I
we
thought it
really
was
have
I thought it was
another
Albert Pujols
Josh Hamilton?
2.0.
Josh Hamilton 2.0. No, we didn't. Amazing. Upton,
Josh Hamilton, drug man.
Uh,
oh, that's cold. That's
man.
cold. Oh man.
I
What was it?
actually found my Josh Hamilton jersey the other day. I had to throw it away.
Luckily, I never owned one, so I'm good.
Yeah, I did not buy like if there's one Angel I hate, it's Josh Hamilton. Like I'm
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Well,
Like
I
it's always
just got it for my birthday, so I didn't even buy it. Somebody got it for me. And then,
no. I mean the only current Angel I'll buy a jersey for is either Mike Trout. Like really, but I mean honestly, maybe I might get a Rendon. Maybe I might get a Fletcher. David Fletcher, contact, amazing. And then there was Jared Walsh, exceeding
Oh.
expectations.
I
You have to be capping if you said Jared Walsh. You knew Jared Walsh was going to be good.
I get-
No one, only one person I know, and I know Ruben knows who I'm talking about.
yeah.
Only one person I knew that Jared Walsh was going to pop off. Nobody expected it, but God, I'll accept it. Jared Walsh, absolutely amazing. Albert Pujols, again,
Oh,
I mean, sure, he had
for
some
for
good hits.
for a 40-year-old, he did okay.
Yeah, for
but-
40-year-old, he did well, but still,
That's
But
for a dude
for
that
not
did that
not for 30
contract,
million.
no.
Not for 30 million.
Not for
Oh,
30
yeah.
million, but for 40 years old, yeah, definitely agree with you. Justin Upton was trash for like a good part of the season, but then he picked up his bat, which was really good.
Yeah.
Taylor Ward was a little inconsistent, I would say. Who else? Rengifo was trash. I mean, honestly, let's be
Yeah,
real.
God, he was horrible.
I
Rengifo was
I don't
great.
know what's freaking default
Defense-wise, offense-wise, it's sad that we could have gotten Jock Peterson out of him. We could have gotten Ross Stripling out of him. Granted, those two didn't have a great season.
Ugh.
Still,
Yeah.
thank you, Arde, once again. Another classic Arde Moreno production. But yeah, those are just some other, I'd say just assessment of the team overall. What do you guys got to say about that?
Well, what do you want me to say? What do you think I should talk
Just
about?
any assessment on the team so far, individual players, bullpen.
I think for the future at least, I think the breakout of Walsh and even Ward, that's huge for the depth and the future of the organization. Because you gotta remember, last year in AAA, Walsh hit like 31 home runs. So obviously there was potential for power there.
Definitely.
We just never saw it at the major league level. But one thing I'll give Madden credit for is he's gonna let a young player play. He's gonna let Adele play. He'll let Marsh play when he gets up. He's gonna let everybody play, which you get rewarded for that when they get playing time. They get comfortable. So I think that's one thing to look forward to.
Better
And
than
then-
trading them and then them succeeding with another
Yeah.
team. Clevenger.
Oh, don't break my heart.
Dipoto, man, that's Dipoto right there.
Yeah. But go ahead.
But
me?
oh,
sure. You go. My fault.
but I feel like if Walsh can like continue like that approach he has and the power, I think Pujols is like on the bench for a majority of the time, which I welcome that because I really don't want to see him in the lineup anytime anymore. I'm just done with it.
Just honestly, same dog.
And even the reemergence of Justin Upton, the last stretch of the year, I think that's huge, and I really hope he gets back to that for 2021.
For sure.
For me, I think Ruben said it all too, man. Ruben, man, he
My bad,
got it
my bad,
all.
bro, my bad.
Bro, Ruben's like big brain, my guy.
Let's see. What can I talk about? Okay. Teams. Jared Walsh. I think he's gonna be our everyday first baseman next year. You've seen his power. This dude is absolutely amazing. If he keeps that going, man, he's gonna be a really good ass dude. I can't cap about that. Second baseman. I don't like Rengifo. Just saying there.
Yeah, I didn't even like him last year. I see no potential in him. Like, and it's sad because there is, because a switch hitter with power from both sides of the plate, you
Mhm.
want that, but he doesn't have it right now. And I know
He
he's
doesn't have it.
young, but like he's gotten some opportunity to play, but I don't like it.
Mhm.
You know, the more we talk about Rengifo, the more I get pissed off by the fact that we could have gotten Ross Stripling and Jock
Jock
Peterson
Peterson.
for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
hmm
I-
Well, it was him and I think Taylor Ward, but I think we would have been fine with those two leaving, even with Taylor Ward playing well.
definitely. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was so excited when I saw that guy went
Dude,
down.
dog. I texted like all my Angel friends, like IRL. I was like, bro, we literally just got Jock Peterson. Like, I love Jock Peterson. He's my favorite. Like, he was my favorite Dodger.
Mhm.
Chillest dude. My friends met him personally. They actually have a Jock Peterson jersey. Like, you know, like they've met him personally. Like an amazing dude. I was like, great guy. And he, you know, he was gonna take the five. Oh, I don't know. What I think the 5 down south Catella Avenue, come to Angel Stadium.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I remember.
He had to stay here in LA.
Yeah. I immediately went on MLB The Show and like put Jock Peterson on the Angels and like
Oh my god.
I simulated like a
Stripling,
whole year and I was like, that's
Ross Stripling too. Like my friend's a hardcore Giants fan. And I have a lot of friends that are hardcore Giants fans, to be fair, but one of my friends goes to a lot of games because he lives in San Francisco. And he went to Ross Stripling's debut game where he had a no-hitter, but was taken out by Dave Roberts, and the Giants came back, and the Dodgers blew the lead. What was it, in 2016, I believe. You see that you get a player like that with that potential for Rengifo and Ward, I
Yeah,
would have
you-
taken that in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
yeah.
Our the GOAT owner of all time. I don't know. I'm capping. Our freaking Arte Moreno just gives that up.
Because he got tired of waiting, which
Exactly. I was just like,
over impatience. Like
granted, Boston and Minnesota, they made a mess out of that with Gratterall. But still, you can't act that trade. Even with them ending up being bad, which we didn't know, but that still would have helped the team if
definitely.
mhm.
You have something to say, Eddie, or
Yeah, that would definitely help the team. I was really, really mad when I saw the report that Artie Moreno got, tired of waiting, and I was just like, how do you get tired of waiting for a trade that really would have helped us out?
baseball is a sport that you take slow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you get Jock Peterson, you get a guy like Ross Stripling that we can add to the starting rotation. And it's just like, yo, we could have been in the playoffs, I think, if it was, for that trade.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, when will he sell the team and just get out of here? Because he's just killing the team. It's like this. You got Art, and then it's like Billy's his little fucking toy. It's like his little puppet. He can't make a lot of stuff like that.
I
You
feel
can't even
bad
call
for
Epler a
Billy.
puppet. Like he tries to do stuff, but Artie
Yeah.
just is too controlling, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
freaking.
Which I
he's
don't know
too
why he
controlling.
is, because he doesn't know anything about the baseball side.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a billionaire.
Yep. Latinos for Trump.
He once
not
said in a
funny.
stream that he would probably. He said that he should be fired, and I said like that's the biggest W you've taken in your ownership as an Angel.
Yeah, go ahead and leave. Nobody
Please
liked you.
leave, Artie. Like
Nobody
honestly.
liked you even before he came out for Trump, which I don't really care about that.
That's just, I mean, personal stuff is personal stuff. Like, we all got
Yeah.
our own opinions and whatnot about things. Like, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, political rallies over your baseball team is one thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he should.
The
I
president
don't think he.
saying, you guys, I don't know if you guys saw that video on Twitter or not, but the president saying, oh, this team's great, and the owner's like, no, we're not.
Now we're yeah. I mean, he's honest at least. I don't
At
know.
least he's honest, yeah. But like he says that he wants to win, but he won't
But he
do what it
won't
takes
fix the
to win.
actual problem.
That's the
Mhm.
problem. It's all like, fine, you want to win. Let the general manager do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Let the players play. Let the flow of baseball go. That's why, I wish Steve Ballmer of the Clippers, even if it meant, as a diehard Lakers fan myself, I think you two,
Same.
you guys are Laker fans too, right? Laker Nation.
Laker
Yeah,
Nation all
but
day,
as a
baby.
Laker fan myself, like, it would suck that my Angels would be associated with the Clippers, but you know what? If it meant the Angels win games, like, screw it. Just do it, man. Like, I would
Mhm.
want Ballmer to be the owner of the Angels, but that's just one of my other radical theories. Anyway, another sort of question that I have was not necessarily regarding like I would say like team wise, as in like anything regarding the team, but anything like I would say outside of the team, but inside of the team. If you guys know what I'm saying, like things that involve players or other things. Was there anything that was surprising or anything that you wanted to talk about that happened this season? There's one that I want to talk about, but I don't know if you guys have anything you guys want to say.
You want to start, Ruben?
Sure, yeah. I'll start off with one thing. I mean, I'm pretty active on Twitter. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we
And you
all
guys
are.
know where I'm going with this. But it sucks because we Angels fans, we sit here, we watch this team lose every single year. We watch them let us down every single year. And now we're having players insult us as fans? Like what?
Oh.
Yeah. That.
It started off like the reason why I became an Angels fan was Albert Pujols. So like it literally like tore my heart out of my chest and like cut it into pieces like it was an Aztec ritual when I saw that Albert Pujols said in a presser that I'm excited for Mike Trout to play in front of real fans when he went to St. Louis. Like that pissed me off.
Oh, I remember that. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
I think I'm in the
You're
minority
trash
when I
when you're
say
an
this.
Angels player, and this is what you got to say about us. And that was last year, and now this year, Keenan Middleton, a pitcher that I was actually cheering for. Like I genuinely wanted this dude to do okay. Like I wanted this dude to
Yeah.
do well. Like I was rooting for that guy, and then here he goes, and he's all like, "You guys aren't loud enough because
Well,
y'all not
nobody's there.
playing for us to be
Mhm.
loud enough." My guy, I lost my voice at an Angels game, bro. I'm trying to be loud, but y'all.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Going back to the pool thing, I'm kind of in the minority when I say this, but I feel like he was coming from a not a mean-spirited way. I think
Yeah.
just because he's been there for like the first 10 decades of his career,
Mhm.
I think he knows. I think he was talking about how much they appreciate like a great talent. So I think that's what he was trying to get at when he said that. But with Middleton, I was just like, nah, you can't say that about the Angels.
You can't say that about Angels
Because
fans.
Middleton was direct. At least Pujols was at least like acknowledging like the great fans that St. Louis is, which I don't think you can deny it.
Oh yeah. They have
Um,
good ass fans.
like I try. Like, I want to believe that Pujols was not mean spirited myself, so I hope that's true. I mean, again, he's the reason why I became an Angels fan to start with.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah, in my
really hurt
opinion, he
when
wasn't. I think
read
he
that.
was just taking wrong.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
felt like I hope and a little bit of me, like you said, believes that it was just him executing that statement horribly. But Middleton was completely different. I mean,
Yeah, he was
you cannot
completely direct.
say that stuff to Angel Nation, like Halo Nation. You cannot say that to us. My
Yeah,
guy, we've
you're
been
gonna
beaten
get.
down
Well,
for
he
6
deleted
years.
his Twitter,
Oh,
so we know how much damage we did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the Angels fans, and this is not necessarily just Angels fans. Like any like team that just hasn't been doing great. Like we show up to the stadium. I mean, there's
Yeah,
still like top 6, 7 in stadium tickets. Like it's not like we're empty.
yeah. They had 3 million every year still.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we still bring in the seats. We still bring in the fan. We still show up to the games, my guy. Like we still show up. We still appreciate our talents, dude. We were like, I was literally rooting for McKee, and then he goes out here and he's all like, y'all aren't loud enough, and this and that. Like honestly, like I hope when I say when I mean this when I say this. I hope the next time he pitches in Angel Stadium, if he does, which team he's going to be in, the loudest he's going to hear Angel Stadium is all of us booing him.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I was thinking about that today, dude. Like, I was like, yo, like, I would get, because I usually sit in section 109, and I was like, okay, if we get to go into the stadium next year, I promise I'm going to get this section to literally go crazy when he comes in. Literally go bizarre. Like,
I mean, I always prefer. I don't know what the section name is by hand, but it's next. My favorite section is under the first baseline. It's like in the bottom deck, where like you have like a good view.
yeah.
That's where I saw Mike Trout homer for like the first time in my life. So
Mm.
I also like the third baseline too. Third baseline and first baseline, best places in Angel Stadium for me. I have never been inside Trout Farm yet. That is the goal.
that is the goal this last
Yeah, I
season.
never
That is
been
the
there
goal.
either.
Usually it's sold out.
Yeah, I think you. I think you had to get those early.
Mm-hmm.
They cost like they're not like super expensive. It's just for a baseball game. Like I don't know. I mean
It's
I'd rather
not worth it.
$6
Well,
tickets than how it is.
yeah.
One day
But I
though,
think-
one day that's the
I think
dream.
my
Trout
favorite
Farm.
is the right field pavilion, the big wall right there. That's my favorite spot to be.
Oh, are you talking about with like the video scoreboard?
Yeah, over there.
Oh, funny
I
thing
love
was
that.
that we were gonna sit there, but it turns out like this entire family of Dodger fans ate up the entire like not section, but it was like a couple rows.
Oh
So we had
yeah,
to move.
I think
So we moved to like the upper deck of the first baseline. That was my first Angels game. Yeah, that aside, were there any other things that surprised you guys? I know for one, the Keenan Middleton rant really surprised me, pissed me off too. Anything else this year was crazy. This year was crazy. Period. And then it was crazy with baseball, and it was also crazy with the Angels. Anything else really surprised you this season?
Let's see. I think the Josh Donaldson thing really surprised me.
Oh,
Also, the Fernando Tatis thing in
Oh, yeah.
Texas surprised me. That one pissed
Dude.
me off.
the 3-0 pitch or whatever.
Yeah, the 3-0
yeah.
pitch and the like.
The Rangers get manhandled though.
Mhm.
I'm just saying it.
Yeah, like after that happened, I became a full on
Tatis
Tatis fan.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Same. Like
Like,
that whole.
Before that, I liked him, but like after that, I was like, oh, full on like rooting for this kid.
Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe it might happen. Like at this point, you can't even just you could say future Angel and it might happen. So like
I don't know. I think the Padres might lock him up.
sure,
They,
future
Yeah.
Angel,
you
but
have to lock up a guy like that.
viewer, future Angel, but at this point, you really can't it's just Arte Moreno being Arte Moreno as usual. But yeah, that is a huge problem within baseball. This is a baseball thing, not an Angels thing. So sorry to any Angels fans watching, but this is a baseball thing where they're still stuck to that mentality where you gotta follow these
Unwritten rules,
Unwritten
rules, these
which is stupid.
ways of life. It's so stupid. I mean, you look at football. All right, sure. A lot of people don't like comparing sports. You look at football. Those dudes celebrate anything. They'll celebrate a 5-yard reception. They'll celebrate like a sack when they're trailing by 10, 20 points. They'll celebrate a touchdown. They'll celebrate an interception. They'll celebrate literally anything that happens on the field. And you look at baseball, you look at a dude who stares at a home run for like a second longer than he has to, and next thing you know, his like actual well-being is at risk because the pitcher got salty.
Yeah.
Like that sucks. Like that's
Mhm.
it's disgusting for the sport. Now obviously this is technically an Angel stream and we're talking about the Angel, we're boohooing about the Angels, but you know what? I might as well throw that in since I am a baseball YouTuber after all.
Yeah.
And we're all
Yeah.
talking baseball here. That is a big problem and it's so annoying because the MLB itself literally said, we're gonna let the kids play. We're gonna let them run it. You
Mhm.
didn't. man.
That was
You
literally a
just-
campaign
try to
for
glorify
2019.
that all you want, but you don't. Technically, it's not being let happen.
hmm And it also goes back to the I don't know if you guys remember when Derek Dietrich and when was it?
Oh,
It was
Archer.
last season. And
Chris
Archer,
Archer?
yeah.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
literally looked at the homer in Pittsburgh
And then
and
they got
then
into a brawl.
in Cincinnati, it's just like I mean, you can't I mean, dude, that shit went far. It went into the
Yeah, it
river.
went
Like
to yeah.
You have every right to pimp a
Yeah, you
home.
hit one that far. You can.
Hey, we got SF Bay Area in the sports talk. That's one of my closest friends, a Giants fan. What's up? Hey, what's up, Travis? Thank you for tuning into the
What's up, man?
channel.
Shit. What's up,
Uh,
dude?
yeah, but go on, Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that and then, the retaliation, that one was crazy too.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it's so like mean to pimp out a homer. I mean, and bat flips, like people don't like that. Like you're not supposed to bat flip against a legendary pitcher. And it's just like, I
All
mean,
the
if you hit a 450 feet, 500 bomb, like you gotta pimp out. Like
Yeah, you
I
can,
would do it.
You can backflip for
You can
all I
back
care.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wait, no, but with the Dodgers thing, we're talking about Clay and Kershaw, right?
Oh, Grisham and Kershaw.
Didn't they make T-shirts when they hit a home run off of Madison Bumgarner, one of the greatest
Yeah.
postseason of all time?
Yep.
Yeah,
Three-time World
Max
Series.
Muncy, yep.
They had a T-shirt and they had
They
a
made
bobblehead
T-shirts
night.
about that. But when it comes to the Dodgers, okay, I'm all in for Dodger slander, my guy. But that is just that is bullshit. Like at its
Oh
finest.
yeah.
Like, you
That's a
cannot.
hypocrite. They're
That's
being
hypocrite.
hypocrite.
How can you? Like, okay, fine. Madison Bumgarner will never be as good as Clayton Kershaw in the regular season, But in the
But-
postseason, he's one of the
but
greatest
My
postseason.
dude has 3 rings. He can get mad if he wants.
I just don't like that mentality. I don't like that mentality where these young players are being shut down. In my opinion, that's one of the biggest reasons why people don't like baseball nowadays. Okay, I hear this so much.
Yeah, all that stuff.
As a Muslim baseball fan myself, I
Mhm.
grew up in a community where people don't like baseball as much. People typically look at basketball and football more, and I'm all like, I'm the one baseball fan. Of course, some of my closest friends who are Muslim too are Angels fans as well. But that's my closest friends. But in majority, I'll go to my centers and I talk baseball. No one's gonna be interested in what I talk about, and I feel like you guys could relate too. People just, especially like where we're from, like people just don't appreciate baseball anymore. Like it's such
Yeah.
a great. Hold on, yeah, what they did, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, like it's like this is probably one of the biggest reasons why people don't appreciate baseball because it's such a shut up and play sport. And that
Yeah.
honestly isn't how sports should be. In my opinion, go do it. Yasiel Puig, I used to hate the guy, but now I love him because I realized he was only being hated on because he was celebrating what he did. He was
Yeah.
having fun playing the game, and he should not have been hated for that. He is a Dodger, but I still love and respect the guy. Amazing player because this dude would pimp his doubles, he would pimp his homers, and he had all the rights to do it because you know what? He hit them. He has a right. In my opinion, if you make a diving catch, you have the right to pimp it. If you make a great double play, you have the right to pimp it. Pitchers too. If you have a great strikeout, you have the right to pimp the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That's all I
Trevor
care.
Bauer the other day. He
Trevor Bauer.
Against
I
the
mean-
Cubs, right?
Yeah, I
Against-
think it was the Cubs.
Where they were chirping at each other.
Yeah.
Those
Yep, I remember that.
celebrations make the sport memorable. Like, you know, like imagine just picture yourself with like, I don't know, whoever the next best Angels receiver is gonna reliever is gonna be. I mean, and let's say he closes out like the game that clinches us the West. You don't think we're gonna remember that for years? What does he do? He throws a pitch and they walk into the dugout. Obviously, no, they hug it out a bit, but still, like I said, he doesn't do anything. Or what if he does something like he throws his cap in the air and then he jumps and runs into his dugout or something like that? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know how memorable those moments be with celebrations, but in baseball they're just shut down so much, and it sucks. It's such a boomer mentality, and it's
Mm-hmm.
killing baseball. It's killing baseball.
I think that's the thing. I think most of the fan base is still that 35 to 50-year-old, which came up in the I don't know 80s, whatever you want to
The
call it.
steroid era.
Yeah, but even then, guys were doing the same thing. They don't want to admit it. They just want to blame it on the younger players.
It's the problem. I mean, again,
Barry
Go
Bonds,
ahead.
he would look at his homers every time, but nobody wants to say that.
His era actually saved baseball. That steroid era, I think it took me some time to process it, but I think it actually saved baseball because you look at, I think it was what, the 95-96 season that got canceled, right?
It
The
was
lockout?
94 and 95.
94-95, yeah. After that, baseball just came up and then it just went down and it was just like,
Dude,
oh.
exactly. Like honestly, my favorite non-Angel is Barry Bonds for that exact reason. I appreciate the hell out of the dude because he saved baseball. I don't give and honestly, I am 100,000%. I hope Travis is still in the stream. If you are, holla at that. But I 1,110% want Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame because he's moved baseball. He is the home run king. I actually own a couple Barry Bonds jerseys myself because I love that player. Great, amazing player, amazing for baseball. My favorite non-Angel. And honestly, I know it's funny because we're the team that stopped him from winning the World Series championship. But ironic, yeah. Oh,
shout out to Riverside.
Oh, shout out Joe Adele fans. How's it going, my guy? Welcome to the
Yo, Joe Adele fans, what's up, man?
What's up? How's it going? But yeah, like I said, just that whole era, of baseball. I mean, we went on a whole sidetrack just talking about random baseball stuff, but
it's all good.
unless you guys want to steer it back into the Angels, or you guys have any other thoughts moving forward, any other things. I know that for one thing, Billy Epler. I'm gonna talk about the guy for a second.
I feel bad for the guy.
I feel super bad for him as a.
Uh-oh. Did he go off?
Oh yeah, I think he accidentally went off.
Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Well, what's up, guys? What it do? Yeah.
We're taking over.
I guess we're taking over for him. So what were you talking about? The Billy Epler stuff?
Yeah, he's talking about Billy Epler.
Oh man, I do feel sad for him, but at the same time, I want him to go because we do need a new GM, and it's just like.
Yeah, he's been here what, 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think even though he's done stuff like get Andrew Kinsman.
Sorry guys,
for
I just
that fight.
for a second right there.
You're good. You're good.
No, you're good, bro.
But as I was saying, Billy Epler goes bye-bye. Yeah, Billy Epler will leave this season. I mean, we all know that. Oh shoot, what the hell is there? Okay, anyway, Billy Epler will leave this season. We know that Billy Epler will leave this season, and honestly, I was a huge Epler supporter myself.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, shout out Ruben.
Yo, Ruben, I have that same shirt.
Yeah,
hey man, that shirt's nice.
Oh yeah,
nice.
I got it the day before the no-hitter.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, like I said, Billy Epler was, in fact, he was one of the things I mean, honestly, I still think that he has the makings of becoming a great GM, in my opinion. He's a great GM.
Me too.
but
I-
it's not with Arte Moreno.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think if Epler goes to another team, we're gonna see what he's gonna do the same exact thing that Capaldo is doing with the Mariners.
Exactly.
He's gonna build a winning team. Say for example, for like the Marlins, he's probably gonna make them even
Take them
more
apart and
competitive.
build them right back. That's what Billy Epler, I believe, tried to do, but
hmm
Arte wouldn't let him.
Yeah,
Like I said,
not all the way.
our problem is the owner. The
Mhm.
owner is too controlling and he doesn't know baseball. All right, it's like honestly, this isn't an offense to you, Ruben. This is a compliment. If we put you instead of Arte, we'd probably do better.
Hey, I wouldn't doubt that, bro. If I was a billionaire, I would just spend on pitching, and I don't think anybody else would be mad about that.
Honestly, Ruben,
no.
I think you'd lead us to a championship.
Oh yeah.
Definitely one of the smartest Angels fans I know. But yeah, I mean, like again, it's just so unfortunate that Epler was stuck in this horrible situation, building this
Mhm.
team with washed up talent, with bloated contracts, and somehow taking them to the postseason. He couldn't trade. He couldn't trade and push like that. He could have traded Mike Trout for all we knew, but if it meant that we were gonna get a ring, it meant that we were gonna get a ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like honestly, at this point, like you can't really if he was let off that leash, he could have done amazing things. Like I believe that
We would have been a competitor probably 2 years ago, 3 years
2
ago.
years ago, exactly.
2017.
Yeah,
2017. Yeah.
We would have been in the playoffs, or at least in the playoff race in 2017, guaranteed in the playoff 2018. But
We were in the wild card like late in the season. We were on a winning streak. I think we had an outfield of Trout, Calhoun, and Cameron Maybin. We had the wild card spot, and then we just choked it.
Yeah, we lost it.
Mhm.
That's what happened. 2019 too. We were finally picked up the pace, especially with that.
Oh yeah, we were only a few games out. I don't think nobody remembers that.
2019 or 18.
19. We were just
same.
when we played the Cardinals, we were like 3 games out, I think, of the wild card.
We were hella close. I mean, unfortunately, with Tyler Skaggs, that happened, and people don't.
That just
will get put in the way. The Tyler Skaggs thing was such a blow to the face. Not only that, but then when you realize that there was a rogue employee giving the player drugs, and that whole scenario with is it the entire organization? Is it one dude? And you look at this thing, and it's so sad because he still would have been with us had it not been for that supplying. It really sucks because I love Tyler Skaggs as a pitcher myself.
I get it. I thought he had the most potential in the world.
He could have been, I know this is a really sad what if to get into, but what if we had Skaggs, Bundy, Ohtani, Heaney, and another quality starter, whoever it may have been, it would have been great. It was such bad. The thing was that the Skaggs incident let down the players because they learned that their friend died, their teammate died.
Yeah,
they lost someone that was close to them. Someone in the organization did it, and there was a lack of trust in the organization without a doubt. I know that that whole organization thing is an excuse used by Dodgers and Astros fans to crap on us. But
I say 99% Astros.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think anybody else would go.
Yeah, I know exactly. No one knew about it. The thing was that people didn't know who knew or who didn't know about it, and that's exactly what one of the things that led to the mistrust of the organization. You know what I'm saying? It was that horrible pitching to free agents as well. I mean, we somehow still got Rendon though, so that was great. But I mean, it hurt us in so many ways. And it sucked so badly because Skaggs was an amazing dude, and it sucked to see him go like that so young in his career.
And he had a nasty changeup. He had a nasty changeup.
His curveball was probably one of the nastiest pitches.
I know that we drafted Tyler Skaggs 2.0 with Reed Detmers, but still, it's still gonna hurt because I mean, to get personal, Skaggs is kind of like me. Like, I'm an Angels fan, and I grew up in LA. Like, I didn't grow up in OC. Like,
Yeah, I
most
grew up in LA too. Yep.
yeah, Eddie knows. And Skaggs grew up an Angels fan from LA too, and he
Mhm.
would watch them play from LA. He was, and that little connection is kind of what I had with him, because he was like me, except he was an actual Angel. You know what I'm saying? He was out there on the field, on the mound pitching, and it sucked when he went, because I had a lot of connection to the player. He was one of the first players I saw in person as well. It really sucks, how, that, not just the fact that he went, but the way how he went just made it hurt a lot more. And the fact that it was preventable easily, had he not been supplied, and had he not been in, had that not happened in Texas that night, it hurts. It's really hard to think about.
Man, I
Yeah.
remember that day. I was at the gym that day. It was what, July
Yeah.
1st, right? Was it July 1st?
July 1st.
July
My friend
1st.
was my friend, my one of my close friends, like one, the guy that, one of the biggest not one of the biggest, but one of the guys that got me to like the Angels too. He was flying, and I remember I was typing an essay for my one of my classes due that night, and I remember getting the notification on my phone randomly, and I literally called him, and the only thing I could tell him was Tyler Skaggs just fucking died. And I hung up right there, and then it was probably one of the hardest days.
Oh, it's
Like,
giving me memories right now, man.
yeah,
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was so
God.
hard. And I actually I was supposed to be in Anaheim later that day, and I was supposed to meet up with family members that day, but I couldn't talk to anybody. And they saw it. Like, they saw that something was wrong with me.
Yeah.
But I wore my Angels gear all day that day. Like, I wore
Yeah, me too.
Hmm.
Like I think I was home this day. I just got done doing some yard work or something, and like my phone went off, and I checked it, and at first I didn't read it all the way. I thought somebody in his family passed away, so I was like, oh damn, that sucks. But then I read into it, and I was like, oh no, this is bad. Like for me, I remember Nick Egenhart when
Oh,
he passed away. I was 10
Yeah.
years old when he passed away.
I wasn't an Angels fan at the time, but I have read
how
about
old was
it.
I?
It really
I
sucks
was
Yeah,
because
that
8. I think I was 8 or 9 at that time. I was 8 years old. Yeah, I was 8 years old when Nick died.
I was 7.
You're 7?
yeah, I was 10 years old. And I
It
remember
really
watching
sucks 'cause Nick
the game
Anderhart also grew up an Angels fan too. It kind
yeah,
of felt like deja vu. Just 10 years later, another pitcher dies,
Mhm.
another young pitcher on the rise. Well, Tyler Skaggs wasn't really young, but he was still on the rise.
yeah, he was still finding his way after
He was
pitching.
Mhm.
finding his way up, and he was going to become a quality starter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Maybe
he legit was like no, there's we're not even saying that just because he passed. He really was supposed to be
damn.
at the
Mhm.
most a number 2.
I
He had
still
a
remember.
start against Tampa Bay where I think it was at Tampa Bay. Oh my God, he went off. Changeup,
Oh
curveball,
yeah, he pitched like 7 or 8 innings
8 innings.
that day.
Yeah, he went off, man. I think we won that
Um,
game too. I think
We
Trout had a dinger that
to
game. I don't remember
the
hopefully
though.
game that I
hopefully we
went
won that
to
game.
was actually the first Angels game that I went to in my life. I haven't, this is a little known fact, but I'm like, if people are actually watching this deep into this video and into the stream, I don't know how many will, but Tyler Skaggs was the starting pitcher at the first Angels game I went to in 2018. The game that made, that kind of just solidified myself into becoming an Angels fan. Like a hardcore Angels fan, as I mean, not like a normal, like casual, like an actual, like hardcore follower of the team.
Yeah.
And he was the starting pitcher, and he didn't do that well in the first 3 innings. He gave up 3 runs in the first 3 innings, but after that, solid, great. And I love that guy. I didn't care that he sucked. I was all like, this dude, like, I'm gonna follow him. And he had Tommy John, which is why he kind of had to take those painkillers and those drugs,
Mhm.
to his help with his arm. And I still remember I still remember the last game that I went to. I haven't gone to a game in a while, because of a lot of stuff. excluding COVID. Just I haven't been able to get to a game. But the last game I went to was before he got reinstated. It was actually the day before his him coming back on the mound, and I saw him on a banner, and I'm always like, I told my friend like he's gonna come back soon, right? Yeah, he's gonna do great. And that day was like, it's still hard to believe that he's gone. Like,
Yeah.
it's
the
like
press conference too.
the press
Oh,
conference.
Oh.
You don't see
I
Mike.
cried.
I remember watching
cry like that.
I remember watching the day after when they finally played the game. That was probably the most emotional I was watching a baseball game.
Again,
I remember I could not watch that game. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, and then
It
I
was
think
like the Lakers game after Kobe. Like, I could not watch that.
yeah. That,
oh,
We got into our field at like 1:20 a.m.
it's still
Yeah, but
this shit still hurts,
definitely,
dude.
yeah, we knew 2020 was gonna be rough when that happened.
Oh,
but yeah. So that went off on a really sad foot. But
Yeah.
so 2021, what are your guys' expectations? What do you guys want to do?
Pitching.
Of course.
That's my only concern. I don't care about any of the offense. I just want guys in the bullpen, and I want one or even two starters.
I want a closer. I want a closer. I want a closer. I want a good bullpen, and I want good starters. We got Heaney. We got Canning. We got Heaney. We got Canning. We got Bundy. Literally, who am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anybody? Patrick Sandoval. I mean, are you guys like?
I like him more in long relief. I think I don't know. I think just because it took him so long to get that win, it kind of broke his confidence a little bit. Because he went like 13 starts without getting a win, which I feel like that's mental.
I feel like as Angels fans, like I kind of feel like our duty as fans is to cheer these guys on, like despite their words. Like, obviously we call them, like, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some actual like like some perfect fan where I'm gonna be all like, it's okay even though he gave up like a walk, like back to back grand slams.
Yeah, we're all guilty of
criticizing. Yeah, we're all guilty. We all
everybody.
Talk about players. At the end of the day, you still have to support them. It's just when you start, like for me, the make or break is when the player that you want to cheer for, the player just ends up becoming a dick. Like
Middleton.
Yep.
Like that's when you realize that I'm not cheering for you, dude. I'm hoping for you to fail. But I'm still gonna cheer for Patrick Sandoval. I still am cheering.
Oh yeah. All those dudes, I'm still gonna root for. I support the team. I don't support anything outside of it though.
Yeah, definitely. I hope all those dudes do well. I mean, at the end of the day, they pick up a ball and a glove and a bat, and they try their hardest to make it to the league. I mean, I haven't played official baseball, but I played just for fun, and it's not easy. It's not as easy as people think.
Yeah, it's not easy in any level, let alone in the majors.
Field in such a big crowd, like they have guts, and you got to give it to them. It's just, I mean, again, like I just hope that Patrick does well next season. Same with Shohei. I know Shohei. I know that Shohei had a bad season. And
he's gonna bounce back. He's too talented not to. Even if it's one or the other, he's gonna bounce back in one of those areas.
Angels team has the talent.
Yes, no doubt.
They have talent. We just can't put that talent to use.
They just underperform a lot.
On paper, this would probably be this lineup would be a top 5 lineup on paper. The pitching, a little, starting pitching is all right. Bullpen is atrocious. But still a good
bullpen is dead last. Pitching probably middle to pack.
And it sucks that we're one of the worst teams in the American League, one of the worst teams in the MLB. And, like they put up, like, we have the numbers, we have the talent, we just can't put anything with it. It sucks because this is a good team. This is not a bad team. This is a good team. It's just they're not playing good.
I think when it comes to the offense, I think they really need to get to like small ball or something like that.
Small ball is the best option for this team,
Yeah,
literally.
because they had like 25 opportunities with the bases loaded, and their batting average is like 230, 2 something. Like, you can't do that with 3 runners on base. Like,
hmm
I just get so frustrated because, like,
They
I
just
see,
literally
like,
found inning-ending ground out or game-ending ground out or game-ending double play or whatever. Like that
yeah,
happened way too much this season. That's another problem. 2 problems: blown saves and LOB.
yeah, that's on base.
Like those are 2 issues that plagued the Angels this season.
And
LOB definitely.
honestly, I think that's a league-wide thing because now it's just hit home runs and, like, don't really care what your average is or whatever.
hmm
But I think the Angels suffer from that the most because you watch them play, you don't think they don't have an approach beyond Trout and Rendon and
hmm
Fletcher. Most of them don't. They swing for the fences, and most of the time it doesn't work.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, like, again, at the end of the day, I feel like that is true. I mean, and you notice this so much. So many fans, Angels fans, notice this. I saw this on Reddit in particular, like in the Angels subreddit. A lot of Angels fans were noticing that they just didn't seem like playing. They didn't seem like they were like they just didn't. They just were playing the game. They weren't
Yeah, they didn't.
playing to win.
It didn't look like they had heart or
There was no
they
heart.
tried to.
The player that had heart was Fletcher, and you
Oh.
saw how well he did.
You saw that every day. That's
hmm
Fletcher is a baller.
Swinging out of the strike zone, the chopper outside the
Yeah,
strike zone.
yeah,
Crazy.
exactly.
I'm gonna go back to that
Love
play
it.
he made against Mookie Betts. That's one of
That
the
Jared
most
Deere
insane.
like play.
Jared
Yeah.
Walsh, balling. David
Mhm.
Fletcher, balling. Do you see what happens when you have heart? You have a good team. You have a great offense. It just seemed like that wasn't there with the Angels this season. I mean, sure, there were some players that had some grit. Like, you noticed, like Dylan Bundy, he was
Oh yeah,
He had it.
especially that one thing where, like, he motioned to Madden in one game. He told him to
yeah
step away
keep
from
the bullpen out of the game.
Yeah, keep a bullpen out of
Uh-huh.
it. I'm gonna get the job done. Like, that's the type of
I love seeing that. That's like Jared
Mhm.
Weaver right there. Dude.
I was literally gonna say that. Like that moment reminded me of Jerry Weaver because
Jared
he's a
Weaver.
feisty pitcher, dude. Like, that's what we need. We need that feisty
Man,
pitcher. We need that
Our
lyric.
X grit was too low.
Hell yeah.
Our X grit was too low. That is, for those watching that don't understand, that's like an inside Twitter joke. But yeah, let's see. We need Bauer. Okay, so for Bauer, I would love for him to be an Angel. I genuinely want Bauer to be an
Hell
Angel.
yeah.
I just don't see that happening.
yeah,
Okay, there's a lot of options for Bauer, but let's say, he wants to stay in hometown Los Angeles. So he has 2 options. He has staying in LA with the Dodgers or staying in Orange County with the Angels. So here's the thing.
or going to San Diego, which
San Diego
I don't think
do we really want to go
pay
all
him.
the way down to I mean, okay, there's Clevenger, but Bauer has expressed openly that he wants to pitch with the Dodgers one day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Dodgers fans love him, especially after how outspoken he was about the Astros.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are a
He's
competent
pretty
team.
much an honorary Dodger.
He is an honorary Dodger. The Dodgers are a competent team that will take him to the playoffs. He said he wants to win. He wants to actually play in the postseason. He wants to win games in the postseason. The
Mhm.
Dodgers will provide that. What will the Angels provide? We have an incompetent team from the looks of it. A team that doesn't play hard and doesn't play with a will to win. we're not some home ground team, and like honestly, the team just feels like a beaten horse. Like we're not gonna push hard for victory, and it
Yeah.
sucks. But I don't see him coming to Anaheim. I
Yeah,
want him,
no.
but I don't see it. He's
Yeah.
going. He's going to Los Angeles.
That's the thing that my friends bug me about is that he wants to be a Dodger, and it's
He
just
wants to be
like, oh, dude, like we need you. I think it's like, okay, if we give him the money and the years that he wants, we might get him.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be in competition with the Dodgers, and he might go there. There's a big possibility he might go there.
Yeah,
And it's just
the
like,
Dodgers have so many advantages to us.
mhm.
One, they've been winning for years, even though they don't have a title in that stretch. They're still getting to the postseason every year.
Mhm.
I mean, Tyler.
And they still have money.
Team.
Yep.
They can pay him if they want. They can give him the years. And just,
Oh, that's
Uh,
actually a good point.
yeah.
Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
But I want Bauer, I really do, but even I even see him still staying with the Reds. I really do. If
Mhm.
they can
Yeah,
go
same.
deep, especially since they clinched the playoff spot, I think he might stay with the Reds.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to the Dodgers. I'm gonna hate it, but you know what? That's gonna happen. I do hope we
Yeah.
pick up Stroman, though. I really
We
want.
need one guy. We need one of them.
You know,
If they-
I honestly think that again, I know I'm gonna sound like a Mr. Woke dude right here, but if you think about it, we still have Mickey Callaway, the
Mhm.
guy that developed
Oh yeah,
Bauer,
I
the guy
I
that made
love that
Bauer,
move.
the guy that made Clevenger. And I'm saying, what if we, instead of trying, obviously we need to get pitching. I'm not going to deny that. But what if we invest a little bit of bullpen instead of blowing a huge contract on a big pitcher? What if we small ball, we get some bullpen? I really want to get Liam Hendricks off the Oakland Athletics. I love
Oh
that.
yeah, he is a free agent
Oh,
this
yeah.
He
year
is a
too.
free
He's a
agent.
good dude.
Trevor Rosenthal, if he doesn't re-sign with San Diego, will be
The
a free
thing,
agent.
the
So I
thing we
hope-
have over Oakland is that they can't pay their players.
exactly.
That's what Houston's gonna have this year. Is that they're not gonna be able to sign enough players this year. Yep.
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
we
crazy.
could very well get Hendricks, and I hope we do because I love Hendricks as a player. I think he'll be
Yeah,
great.
we do need a big guy like that because
Yeah.
we really haven't had like a shutdown guy since like K Rod.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely K-Rod. But yeah,
K-Rod's a goat.
Hendricks for one, Rosenthal definitely, and I think that we should also, I know Detmers is going to come up soon, and I'm saying especially if restrictions get lifted. I pray to God that happens. But if
Yeah.
restrictions get lifted and things get better later on for the team, you know what I'm saying? We're able to be restored back to normal life and everything.
Mhm.
I think that if Canning and Detmers they develop with Callaway, that'll be a really deadly pitching staff. Just think about it. Bundy, Otani, Canning, Detmers, and who else? I mean, I don't know if Heaney is going to be great later on, but you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this. It's going to be great, starting pitching staff. And really, you just gotta hope that will happen. I mean, I believe that it could happen definitely with the with just how it is. I have faith in Callaway still. I know that the pitching staff. I know a lot of people are blaming him, but people don't realize. One of the
it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen.
It's not.
overnight.
Look at what he did with the Indians. Like it took him some time. It literally took him some time until they got to the World
And
Series.
then
Yep.
Kluber became a Cy Young. Trevor Bauer broke out.
I know.
Clevenger broke out.
This is probably not so much of a popular opinion, but maybe if we kept Clevenger, actually, I know I mentioned Clevenger that we got rid of him and we suck because of that. But maybe if we kept Clevenger, he would not have been the pitcher that he is if he had not gone to the Indians. That is a very big
no doubt. He wasn't going to develop with the Angels. Not to the point where he got at one point.
Exactly. So Clevenger became a star because of Callaway, and I'm saying you give Canning, you give P Sandy, you give and you give what was his name, the third guy that I mentioned, Detmers. You give them to Callaway, and I'm saying let Callaway develop, let Callaway do his magic, and trust the
Yeah.
process with that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
You might have some magic in pitching in Anaheim. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like the only magic in Anaheim right now is Disneyland, but you know what? We can hope.
Yeah,
I mean, I
but
hope that we were going to make the postseason this season, and let's just say that hope got flushed down the toilet.
well,
I mean, it was
mean,
after that
I was
Texas
just,
series.
I was just happy.
Especially after the Texas series. Texas made an incredible comeback,
Oh yeah,
and
Yeah,
we let that comeback down.
yeah, dude, I was hyped when Texas came back.
I
'cause I
know.
was like,
Oh,
let's
and,
go.
and it sucks
Mhm.
because it's not just the Angels got eliminated. The Dodgers beat us, causing us to get eliminated, and the Astros made it to the postseason. So that's like a
Yeah.
triple slap in the face.
Yep.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, again, at this point, it's really just, it's the same cycle, and it needs to change. There needs to be a change. I mean, freaking, if I'm gonna go super smart boy right here, I mean, Einstein himself says if you try the same thing over and over again and expect different results, it's called insanity. And I feel like the Angels are literally going through insanity right now. We're trying the same
Mhm.
exact thing, going nowhere.
Well, we know it's not 100% Epler. It's
Yeah, I know.
the guy owning the team.
The team. Mhm.
I mean, again, I wish Epler was able to do what he wanted to do, but unfortunately,
Yes.
he held on that.
Epler would have done so much. Like even look what he's been able to do. He got Simba from Atlanta when he was like 25.
Mhm.
And Simba has
And
been
he-
amazing on us with defense. Unfortunately, you guys think Simba's going to stay or going to leave? I'm pretty sure he's leaving.
Oh,
I'm
he is. He's leaving.
He's
I'm on
gone.
the fence with him leaving or us offering him the qualifying offer. Because, no doubt, I love his defense. Like,
Oh yeah.
I feel like you can make an impact on defense, too.
What I hope happens is that we sign Corey Seager. I know that's in the near future, but I really wish we can get Corey Seager. Because if you think about it, I mean, we're gonna have Rendon, we're gonna have Fletcher, we're gonna have Seager, and then hopefully we'll still have Jared Walsh. Just imagine that infield, and then an outfield with what Mike Trout. Hopefully Brandon Marsh gets called up by then. I feel like he'll get called up by the time
Mhm.
when Seager's a free agent if we sign Seager. And then we have Joe Adell. And I mean, Joe Adell's another thing I want to talk about. Again,
Yeah,
sure,
don't
he
write
didn't do great this
him
season,
off. Don't
but he's a
write him off.
21-year-old.
Mhm.
Ruben, he's as old as you. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still such a young dude in that.
Mhm.
Yeah, like people are not understanding just how young you are at
Yeah.
21.
Mhm.
Like
And
just because he's in the big leagues doesn't mean he's still a kid.
I know it's something that
And
really
like
talked about.
nobody remembers when Trout first came up. He was
Yep.
the same. He was younger.
Exactly.
He was
Trout
like
was
Mhm.
he was
garbage.
18 or 19.
I think it was 19. I
Yeah,
don't
he was
remember, but he was
19
young.
years old, and he was nothing special.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
with this team, God help him.
Yeah, but at least we saw flashes of his
His
talent.
talent. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
at least we saw that. Like
Definitely, that 2 home run game kind of sold me in on it. I mean, of course,
Mhm.
it's such an
oh
easy.
yeah, that
It's the
that
Mariners, but
that
like
first
at the
home run
same
was a bomb.
It's the Mariners. We all know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
that 2 home run game kind of just made me realize that Adele is something. And
Yeah,
Ruben, you and I talked earlier, and we did mention that. Oh my God, I'm losing my voice.
Talking too much.
We talked about how you mentioned before about buying a team versus growing a team, like homegrown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Ruben, we talked about it. And you mentioned to me that, one thing you mentioned to me was that, Erstad and Salmon, they all grew up in the same farm system together.
Mhm.
And Marsh and Adele kind of give me those vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
chemistry
legit,
they
you can
already have
like
together
when
is
you watch
great.
when you watch videos of them like together, you know they're like super close, and like you
Exactly.
need that. You need
And
that
then
on the
to
team.
have those two young dudes in an outfield with Trout as a mentor,
hmm
like it's like a dream. My
Mhm.
God,
Literally
it's
the
an actual
best
dream.
center fielder in baseball,
You have the best
right
center
on your
fielder in baseball, and you
side.
have two upcoming outfielders, both of which have amazing potential to be great outfielders.
hmm
All of them coming up, and then you have an infield with also amazing potential, like David Fletcher, like you said, Jared Walsh, Rendon. I mean, well, he's not really a future; he's more present, but still, he'll be with us
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
And
He'll
once
Seven
we
be.
get
years,
our
6 more
shortstop,
years, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's,
7-year deal.
I mean, we're I mean, like
We're
futuristically, we're good.
right there. Like we're right there. All you need to do is fix the pitching, and we're in the playoffs. Like
Too bad
legit.
Right, one of them is getting traded, and I think it
Oh,
would
man.
be March if it
I
gets
hope not. Like, honestly, I
it
know I
happens.
shouldn't be sentimental, but I don't want him to be traded.
Who?
I
if
know
Adele gets traded. Oh my God,
Oh
we're gonna
no.
regret that.
we're going to
No.
regret that.
That you can't trade Adele after only 30 games in the
If you're gonna trade
MLB.
Adele, you should get someone like Christian Yelich at it. Okay, maybe.
Like, yeah, no, you can't judge a guy off 30 games.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, look, we were doing that with Jared Walsh, and now look at him.
We were doing that with Taylor Ward.
Yeah,
Not
we're
to
doing that.
mention, they didn't have proper development. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Put
but plus
Jared
they
Walsh in the
also
minor AAA. He would have been so much better. He would have been so much greater. You put him in the major leagues. Obviously, he's gonna do a little bad. Yes, but then
Yeah.
he's gonna pop off. Joe Adell, in the 30-game sample that we have of him, he still did pretty well.
yeah,
You know, for a 21-year-old guy who's technically still not supposed to be in the major leagues yet, he did pretty well. And he
Mhm.
still had some good moments. Like,
Mhm.
sure, he has some problems. He strikes out way too much. He does not,
Yeah,
he's
but
not patient as a, he's
that's
not
a
very
young
patient.
player's
He
thing.
had,
That's something
had-
you figure out later on. Look at Trout. He figured it out.
he's
Mhm.
figured it out exactly. You know, him with the defense. Obviously, that famous video of him bobbling that that 4-base error.
Right.
You know, that was honestly the funniest thing of all season.
Yeah,
I
we can laugh about that. We can laugh about that
we can
now,
laugh
but
about
at the
that.
time
You
we
know
were
what?
like, "Oh
Let him
my
laugh
god!"
about that. He's gonna end up having tons of catches that are immediately going to bury that to the ground.
He already had one against Springer. He robbed a home run.
Oh
He
yeah.
robbed a home run. He's robbed hits. He is good on
Like,
defense. That was just one
Yeah,
bad
he
play.
has the talent. You see the talent, which honestly for me that's all I want in a prospect.
Mhm.
At least there's flashes. Like I hate on Rengifo, but like I don't know. I don't see
Yeah.
it with
I don't know.
Rengifo.
I don't think Rengifo is going to be good.
I think when Joe Adele got called up, I was really excited.
Mhm.
And when he played his first game at Angel Stadium, I was like, okay, his defense is not that bad because Joe Madden said that the right field in Angel Stadium, it's kind of a little bad.
Kind of
So
weird.
kind of
Yeah.
weird. So in Long
Definitely.
Beach, he had to get him prepared for that, in
Yeah.
case he got called up. And now he got called up, and you see him in the right field, and he's not doing bad. He's actually doing really good.
Yeah, and you see that arm a little bit. Like even
Mhm.
though he's kind of wild sometimes, you see the arm.
Definitely. Like, of course, he made some mistakes in the outfield a bit, but really, can you get angry at him for those mistakes? He still was pretty good in the outfield. Like,
Yeah.
you can't deny the fact that he was he was pretty great in the outfield. He wasn't bad, and like I said, you just got to look at him in the future. He was a first-round draft pick for a reason.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
he-
like
going
obviously there's
he's
talent
going
there.
to be. He
Mhm.
has potential. And
Yeah.
in 2021, I expect him to pop off. Will he win Rookie of the Year? I don't know. I'm not gonna say that he will.
Yeah.
Is he the next Mike Trout? I'm not gonna say that he is. But what I
Yeah.
am going to say is that
He's
if
going
you
to be
give
talented
up on him based on
after
30
30
games,
games.
30 games,
you're a
it's
casual
like
fan. You're a
Yeah,
casual.
you can't
you're casual.
do that. that's what people were doing with Rendon.
Exactly. I mean,
Remember that horrible?
I got scared.
I got
I
scared
got
too.
scared.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I'm not
do
gonna
that.
lie.
I'm
I
not
got
gonna
scared. I
pretend.
thought it was.
I'm
I
not
thought
gonna
it was
pretend
cool
that I didn't
2.0.
think.
But then he got more comfortable, and then he started raking.
Exactly.
And this is a hard sport. You're gonna fail.
I'm not gonna lie, I freaked out in those Force 4 games when Trout was, because I always had this theory in the back of my head that once he gets his contract, he's not gonna play anymore. Like he's not gonna play at his full potential, and we're gonna have another dude sitting, eating our cap space like Pujols or nothing. But man, I was so happy after those dad strength games, bro. It's all like it felt like that fear was just torn straight out of like my throat and just like thrown in the gutter or something. Like, it was so great. Like I honestly
I never thought that was Trout. I always knew he was like, he's
yeah,
probably
it
gonna
was concerning though.
deteriorate like later on down the road, which everyone does. But for right now, he's gonna play to the best of his ability at all times.
And it was a 60-game season, so and they weren't really playing too many games. Like spring training got pretty much canceled, so they only played like a couple of games. So it was just like
really nice having you on the
good night,
stream,
bro. So it's kind of like we waited. I was scared with Trout a little bit. I knew that there was baby pressure and everything, and then once Beckham came out, it was just like rake season, bro.
Yeah.
We got our Trout back.
Oh yeah, and I think just having like the same kind of caliber bat as Rendon in the lineup too, that's kind of like a culture shock to him. Because before that, Trout was like the big guy that you had to worry about. But now you gotta worry about him and Rendon, which they're two of the best bats in the league. So I think as time goes on, he's gonna get better and better at the plate, which that's scary to think about.
Exactly. Like I know that like when you look at Arte and stuff, you think that this team is hopeless, but just the sheer potential that this Angels team has, it's undeniable. Like
they're right on the cusp. They're right
exactly
there.
Right there.
Yeah, we are right there. Like we are, like our foot is next to the playoff door. We just need pitching.
Like we were literally
get us
3 games away from playoffs.
Really,
we're
insane.
There.
The playoffs.
Because I'm gonna be real honest with you. That first Texas series when the whole Adele stuff happened. You know what happened. The off glove. The error. I was just like, season's done for me. Like, I don't know if we're gonna come back from this.
Yeah,
and we were really close. As horrible as the season was, we were still really close to a playoff. And that's how baseball is. Like you can't just the Mariners start off amazing. They start off like they're world champions and they end up facing
I hate how they do that. Honestly,
I hate how they do that too, man. Like it honestly,
it ruins our flow because they beat everybody, and then they just fall off the rest of the way.
Yeah, and like if you look at the Nats last season, 19-31. Do you think that's a playoff team? A guy that lost a team that lost their best player to a division rival, and they won the World Series after starting 19-31. This is another theory that I have, and I'll ask you guys this as well. But do you guys think that the Angels would have benefited like with the 162 game season, or would they have done better in the 60 game season?
No, they 100% would have benefited from a full year or even like 80 games. I think. I think I was even talking about this with my dad. A 2-month year is no way to judge a full team. Like look at the Marlins. They're not supposed to be a playoff team.
Exactly.
But they are.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like a 2-month year is no way to judge a team. Like a team like the Dodgers, they're gonna be the Dodgers. But for most of the league, you can't judge them correctly with only 2 months. So I think even with the 80 games, we're a playoff team.
Oh, hell yeah.
Definitely,
definitely
I agree 100% with the like. Again, we just needed those extra games to get into the playoff run. You know what I'm saying? Bullpen, 13 blown saves. Those 13 games. Well, what's the Angels' record right now? I don't have it on the top of my head. I'm gonna look it up.
Is it 26-31?
I think
26, 32.
26
Yeah.
32, yeah. 26 32.
You subtract 13 blown saves, right? You subtract 13 from
39.
32.
Yeah, 39 wins.
39 wins versus
1 less than the Dodgers.
39 to 19. That is an amazing
39.
record.
That's
us away
Dodgers
from
That's Dodgers.
territory.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't understand. The Battle of LA would have been amazing had it not been for the blow pen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all like, I mean, obviously, being an Angels fan from LA, I know Eddie can, attest. You always love that Angels Dodgers rivalry. Like you always love to be neck and neck. And if everyone knows from LA, from SoCal, the Freeway Series always gets lit. In fact, the Angels, the Dodgers in the Freeway Series, all time, Angels are up.
Yeah, like 15 games.
15 games, exactly. Even after them being 4-0 against us this season so far, we still have 2 more games, and hopefully we do well in those. I mean, honestly.
But, I mean, we did sweep them with a horrible roster last year, so.
Oh, hell yeah, which was shocking because I was scared, going into that series.
Cole Calhoun with those clutch throws. Phew.
Yeah, we need to borrow him every time we play the Dodgers.
The Dodgers. He's a Dodger killer.
Trade him. Well, we'll give him Brandon Marsh for like the weekend.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like I said, like this Angels team, and that whole the Battle of LA was already slowly being marketed into this season. You already saw the graphics comparing Trout to Betts, and then Rendon to Bellinger, and then
Bellinger fell off.
The Angels already have a big 3.
Yeah.
They have Trout, Ohtani, and Rendon. And of course, Trout was Trout. Rendon, little bit at first. Out of that, lived to expectations. I mean, Ohtani was really. I mean, again, Ohtani.
Ohtani probably hurt the team.
But he's gonna come back.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's gonna come back.
Yeah. Also, his plans got ruined. They were supposed to have him rehab for April to the middle of May, but he never got that because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And he only had a limited time in the summer camp or whatever. So really, he really never got time to prepare or throw against live batters.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And then I think since he never had any kind of success with pitching, I think it rolled over to the hitting, and it's all mental at that point. Which he's too talented not to bounce back. I know that.
At the end of the day, it's not like if he's a pitcher, he's a bust. The best thing about Ohtani is that he's not just talented in one thing. He's talented in multiple ways, and not only that, he's only $700K. It's not like he's a Pujols contract where we need him to be good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're wasting money.
Nobody realizes that.
He is only $700K. He's a great pitcher, and he has a great bat. You're telling me, honestly, in the works of being a top 10 player, and you go and you say this team has 3 top 10 players, this was the hype that I was riding on this season. Now, unfortunately, we didn't live up to that.
We didn't get it.
I'm saying, fix the bullpen problem, fix the pitching problem, get the team to have some heart, and win games.
Yeah, you could see it through the season.
It's not like they're trash completely. It's not like they're completely hopeless. I mean, obviously with the ownership, it looks like we're completely hopeless. But the way how the team plays, there's a lot of hidden gems in there. There's the works of, we're for the past 3 years we've been so close. We literally we could almost taste the wild card.
For sure.
And again, after October, the bats start lighting up.
Yeah.
Pitching really dies in October. Really, if you think about it.
Yeah,
Kershaw,
it's all tired arms. Pretty
yeah,
much.
tired arms, pressure.
Well,
The
with
bats
this
light up in the
year, I don't see it as much, but it's still probably gonna happen from time to time.
Yeah, but the bats will light up in the postseason, and like I said, just get the pitching to step foot in postseason, and then let the lineup do the rest. This is a very good lineup, you guys. Like this is not a third rate lineup. Like
Not at all.
really,
Not at all.
like still like the offense even today. I mean, yesterday.
Yeah, we got a Hall of Famer out of the game. What, in the fourth or fifth?
4 innings. You know, people say Kershaw's
Like
walked. He
granted,
still has some
he
to
was
him.
on the pitcher's limit, but I mean, still, you rake him for 4 or 5 runs. That's not easy to do. Off a
Exactly.
Hall
my
of
guy.
Famer.
It's not easy to treat like Kershaw like that. I'm saying we can we disrespected Bellinger when he came to Anaheim. You know what I'm saying?
Oh hell yeah, we did.
Bueller, my bad. I do hope Bueller becomes
yeah,
an Angel in the future though.
We messed
Oh,
up
yeah.
Bueller and May. We really we held our own against all those guys. Really.
It's
And-
just the bullpen. The bullpen keeps blowing the games.
Mm-hmm.
And
They
it's
blew that
something
second game. The second game, the first time we played them.
Yeah,
When Keenan Middleton
Oh,
came
yeah.
in, and oh my god, we could have won that game. Literally,
Were-
I
were
think we
we
would have
up
won that.
or-
Could've won that game, my guy.
It was so we were up, and then the Dodgers tied it, and then we
Oh,
went to
yeah.
extra innings. Then they had a fly out, and they
I
scored a run
hate
from third.
that rule so much.
Oh my god,
That killed it for us.
Throw that extra
Yeah.
inning throw with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were
Burn it to the ground.
we
It
were
is
like 3 and 5 in
dumb
extra.
rule. It is such a dumb rule, and I hate it. Like I hate it. Kill it with fire, man. Like honestly,
I hate Manfred, dude. He's
Oh
Yeah.
man,
the
Oh,
extra
man.
innings rule can die.
Yeah.
The double header rule, I'm impartial to it. I think that while it does
well.
suck,
I
and then
was fine with that for
Yeah,
this
like, I'm
year.
impartial
I,
to it.
I understood that one, but the extra
Mhm.
there was another popular rule that was made. I like the expanded playoffs though. I actually like it. It's not bad.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Well,
I like it.
I mean, the
I
reason
think with a full year, I think it'll be more realistic to like the amount of talent
I want them to keep
that
that
will be
extra
up there.
innings.
Yeah,
The
they're-
extra
they're-
playoffs rule. I mean, not extra innings. The extra innings rule can die in a fire, but the extra
Yeah.
playoffs rule can stay
yeah. I
because
think they're already talking about like having it beyond this year,
Yeah,
which I
they
like.
need
Like
to
the more
try it out
chances
this
for
season.
us, the better.
they need to try it out this season. I mean, definitely, they need to try out that extra innings rule this season because it's an amazing rule in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
the extra
look how
innings
many
rule,
fan bases
it's
have postseason
not extra,
baseball now.
extra playoffs
Mm-hmm.
because it gives more teams a chance and it makes the playoffs more competitive. And if you think about it,
Yeah,
like
anything
the
can
way
happen
how
in
the
the playoffs.
playoffs were set up was so bad. Like
Mhm.
before, you have two teams that fight hard to get a wild card spot.
Hard spot.
For one game, one out.
Yeah.
Not even basketball and football, not even basketball and hockey do that. It's only
Yeah.
a baseball thing and a football thing, but football, they don't have series. But in baseball, they have, baseball is a series-driven sport. It's more series than any other sport of the four. But
Mhm.
and you have a one in, one out. Wild card does not make any sense. And then not only that, but then they have to face the best team in that league. It's so stupid. The old playoff rules, I did not like them. I like this new playoff thing. So they should.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the
next
3-game wild card series I really like
Mm-hmm.
because now you have more of a chance. Like
Yeah, and another
it's
good
not
thing
just
about
one
this
and done
season-
and you're
go ahead.
done.
Sorry, I cut you off, man.
No, you're good.
Another thing I liked about this season was the NL finally got to taste the DH rule, which is
Mhm.
good.
Oh yeah,
because-
sorry, I gotta charge my phone.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I actually got to charge my computer too, so we'll probably hop off in a couple minutes. I mean, it's 2 a.m. Wow.
Yeah.
But like I said, I like the NL DH rule myself. I'm a huge fan of that.
Mhm.
I mean, I used to be a little anti-DH before because I like
Mm-hmm.
pitchers hitting, but if you just realize it, it's more of a liability for pitchers to hit than pitchers to for pitchers to not hit and have a DH. Not to mention
Mm-hmm.
giving like I said, the DH helps more than it hurts. Whereas having no DH kind of ruins it in a way. If you guys
Mm-hmm.
understand. So I'm pro
Understand.
DH, and I think the NL will definitely love the DH. It's finally happening. It's great.
I'm pro at DH too, because I did hate how when we would play like National League teams, how
Yeah.
we would have our pitcher hit, and it's just like, and then we have to
Oh,
have a
yeah.
pinch hitter, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's so
Yeah,
stressful.
dealing with that was so stupid. I'm finally happy that we've came to our senses and we're getting a DH. Like they're getting a
Yeah,
DH, so we don't got to deal
especially in
with
the
that no
playoffs.
more. The
Mhm.
the NL is following the superior AL's rules.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely good thing that the DH is going to the NL because now, now like you said, really good point that we don't have to deal with you don't have to deal with our pitchers having to hit because if you think about it, it's more than just you know. First of all, having no DH could be it could be such a clutch killer if you think about it. You have like the pitcher doing you already have 2 men on base, 2 outs, need one to score, and the pitcher like strikes out. You know, like
Or you
clutch
force on a bunt or something like that.
a
Mhm.
bunt or something like that. It's such a killer for the clutch. And another downside to it is for example, like what if a pitcher gets hit by a ball? I mean, obviously it's not necessarily completely likely, but if he gets hit on his arm, let's say, that could
Mhm.
ruin him. And so it's definitely just safer and better to not have a DH, to let him rest completely, not having to
Mhm.
deal with any. It's a lot better for pitchers.
Mhm. I definitely agree with that.
So yeah. Now I guess we gotta log off a bit. It's 2 a.m. This is probably the longest stream on this channel. That's good though because we got a lot of good content we talked about. So before I close it off, any final thoughts? Your MVP for the Angels this season, and what record do you think we're going to have in 2021? Not number record, but more of will we make the playoffs? Where will we make the playoffs in a sense? And the third was what position, like what place in our division. So you guys can start.
Place division. I think we're gonna get. It would be competitive because we are gonna compete with the A's. I think that with the whole Astro thing that's gonna happen, especially with the fans coming in and how they're gonna be losing players, I think that's gonna like debunk them and derail them. So I think we're gonna be in that second spot because the A's are like they're a legit team. Um, this year's MVP, I gotta give it to either Fletch or Bundy, but I would give it more to Fletch. I mean, we just seen the amazing defensive plays, the hits that he's been doing. It's just like it's actually really good. He's improved. I would give it to him. What were the other ones?
And it was are we gonna make the playoffs or not? And any just final thoughts?
Are we gonna make the playoffs? Yes. Final thoughts. I hope this team realizes that pitching is what we need to win and to get into the playoffs and to get far into the playoffs. So I think if we can get pitching this offseason, it would be very, very great. And also getting a second baseman too.
Second, but yeah, get rid of Renhefo. I think we'll just pick. I would honestly want Listilla back.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Bring
yeah.
back
I'm excited
bring
about
back Laspaza Tura.
Mm-hmm.
Ruben.
What was the question?
Basically, what place do you think the Angels will land this season?
Mm-hmm.
What like whether they'll make the playoffs or not, the team MVP, and any final thoughts.
Well, I think. Well, if the off season goes the way I want it to go, I think we do have a shot at the least the wild card for next year, or even the year after. And man, it's kind of hard to predict the record, but I'm gonna say like 90 something, 93, 95, if everything's like set and like where we want it to be. And I say like MVP, I gotta go Fletcher too. Cause
Sure.
like, he's proven that he's not just a meme like he's been turned into. He's a legit like baller.
Yep. And do you have any final thoughts?
Just go Angels, I guess.
Go Halos.
Halo Nation. All right. So my record, as in like the placement, I think that they'll either reach second or third. I mean, I think the Mariners might pop off next season. I mean, I don't really have any evidence to back out other than the fact that it's just like a guess. Really, it's a hunch. But if the Mariners do pop off, we're making it third. I don't know. I feel like they're more well developed than we were, and we would make third. But if not second, like I said, I don't think the Astros will really pop off next season. It might, but considering how they fell off this season, how they've been exposed with the cheating, and you saw how they fell down, I don't think they're gonna do great next season. They'll probably be
especially with fans, if they're
especially with fans too. Yeah, definitely without a doubt. That will. So yeah, they're not going to do well next season, really. So I'd say we'd go second or third. If we go second place next season and they keep this playoff format, definitely we're making the playoffs. Obviously,
yeah.
But if not, we'll just we'll probably make a wild card. Maybe if finally the universe goes our way, we'll make the playoffs as a wild card team, and hopefully things go good from there. Team MVP, I would give it to Jared Walsh if his sample size wasn't so small. But if he played more with the Angels, like I'd say, like even Joe Adell's time, I would give him an MVP. But definitely I would have to say that's a hard one actually, because there were a lot of good players on this team. Like Rendon did pretty well, Trout did pretty well. Adell honestly did pretty well too, but obviously his stats weren't that great to be MVP. I mean, overall great. I would probably give my MVP to either not Ohtani, Rendon or Fletch. And my case for Fletch is the same case that you guys made. Baller. He's actually pushing to make us do well. He's trying. Amazing on defense. Like great on defense.
Yeah,
great on offense.
He's incredibly underrated on defense.
Incredibly underrated. Even before he was a meme. Even before he was a meme, Angel fans knew he was something else. Like I was relatively new as an Angels fan. Like I'm not gonna deny that, but I even knew that Fletcher has some potential. Like everyone that was an Angels fan that wasn't casual knew Fletch had potential, and Fletch was destined for greatness. And yeah, so definitely Fletcher has but then also Rendon. Rendon did pretty well on the offensive side of the bat, and he has some pretty good defensive plays. So I honestly don't know who I would give MVP. Rendon or Fletcher or of course Mike Trout because he's Mike Trout. I don't need to give another reason. And I know I didn't ask you guys a question, but if we were to have a Cy Young, obviously. That's unfair because Bundy would be signing. Honestly, Bundy would also be an MVP too. Amazing bounce back and amazing, probably most improved player for Bundy. That's something that I would give.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't ask you guys that, unfortunately. I should have, but yeah, most improved would definitely be Bundy. And my final thoughts is that this organization is so weird because at times it's absolutely hopeless to root for, and then other times you have so much hope in the future, and it's so weird because you have so much potential on one hand, and on the other hand you have a dysfunctional organization. It's so weird, and it's all sometimes, especially after a major loss, I just give up all hope, and I'm all we're gone, we're done. Season's over, this team's over. Honestly, just freaking DFA the entire franchise. And then other times, I'm hopeful that we have a good future, and I'm hopeful that maybe we might push for the playoffs. Maybe we might do well. Anything can happen. To quote JP from Angels in the Outfield, "Hey, it could happen." Uh, uh, I mean, again, this team has it's so weird. Like you really I mean, I don't know other experiences from other teams. All I know is
Mhm.
Angels, but from what I do know with the Angels is that this team it feels so different. It's hard to explain. And really, there's just something that comes with being a fan. So yeah, definitely. And yeah, I just think that hopefully, um, I don't want to blindly walk in with hope into next season. I think that we still got to make sure that this roster has flaws. We have things we need to fix. We need to
Mhm.
get a bullpen. Where we have the right pieces. We need to get a bullpen. There are some things that Corona Ball took away from us, but we can't really change everything, and we still have to in a sense we still have to accept the fact that this team is flawed in some ways, and we got to fix that. But once we get those flaws fixed, playoffs here we come.
I agree. 100%.
And
Mhm.
yeah, this stream was an hour and 45 minutes. That is a record-breaking stream on Rally Time Sports. So yeah, uh, for those of you guys who made it this far, watching the stream by now, we talked a lot, and I'm not going to recap it because I forgot most of the stuff I said, other than roasting Keenan Middleton. And, but yeah, definitely, please check out the two dudes I brought into the stream. Ruben Ayala, also known as the Riverside Halo on Instagram. He also has a Twitter. I think it's Little Ruby 18.
Yeah.
Yep, Little Ruby 18. So check him out on Instagram and Twitter, and then check out Eddie on Twitter, Halo Weezy. Two really smart, knowledgeable, and chill Angels fans that I know. And it was really great talking to you guys. Really great talking Angels baseball. And yeah, have a great night. 2 a.m. And
You
have a
too,
great night,
man.
you guys.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
inviting me, man.
All right, take care.
All right.